Peace to the fam. This is Shabar Judah Ben Israel, and we are on our way to Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, that's right. We are on the road, I-75 North, I believe, and we are actually enjoying this trip. Here's my lovely wife, Judith Bob Israel. Isn't she gorgeous? She is just phenomenal. She's beautiful. Words cannot explain. But anyway, and as you can see, this is me. And I just want to do a lesson as we travel up and down these long highways, because we still have a couple hours before we get to Atlanta. So I want to do a lesson on the hidden identity of blacks in the Bible. The hidden identity of blacks in the Bible. What do you actually know, black man, black woman, black child? What do you know about black history? What do you actually know about black history? What do you know? Okay, you know anything about before the transatlantic slave trade? What was your nationality before the transatlantic slave trade? Some call the transatlantic slave trade the Middle Passage or the Triangular Trade. But before that happened, what was your nationality? We walk around calling ourselves niggers, African Americans, black people, American blacks, Afro Americans. But what was you called before the transatlantic slave trade? What did you call yourself? I know you're going to say, we called ourselves Africans. We called ourselves Africans. But you got to understand this now. Africa is a continent. And it's over 47 different continents in Africa. So which one do you come from? If you're claiming to be African, which one do you come from? North, south, east, or west? You have Southern Africa down in Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Angola. You have the upper part of Africa, Egypt, Liberia, Sudan. You have the western part of Africa, which is Sierra Leone, Timbuktu, Liberia, Ghana. All these regions in Africa, all these continents in Africa, which one you come from if you claim you African? Okay, why you're not keeping the African customs? Why you're not running around with bones through your nose and plates in your lip? Why you don't have your head up a cow's ass, okay, eating cow dung and drinking cow piss and blood? Why you black people are not doing that over here? Because you're not African. By the end of this lesson, you're going to know who you are. What language did you speak prior for the 1600s? What language, what dialect did you speak before the 16th century? Was it English? Because English come from England, which is in Europe. English come from England, which is in Europe, which is actually Britannica. That's where English come from, England, which is in Great Britain. So are you British because you speak English? I don't think so. You're going to find out that we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we've been for eons of time speaking the language of the oppressor. All right, so it's 1,500 dialects being spoken in Africa. Go throughout the dialects and see which one you fit. Another question, what clothing did you wear? You so-called black man, woman, and children. What clothing did you wear? Did you wear baggy pants and jeans? Did you wear Coogee, Polo, Nike, Jordan? Huh? Was you rocking Dolce & Gabbana, Louis Vuitton? All these various brands, was you rocking that? What language did you speak? Once again, was it English? What food did you eat? Was you eating on fried chicken and collard greens and fatback, Jiffy Mix cornbread, steak and potatoes, burgers and french fries, onion rings, milkshakes, banana splits, Debbie cakes, Twinkies and honey buns, cinnamon rolls? Was you eating on that type of stuff? Huh? What religion did you partake in? Black man, black woman, black child? Was it Christianity? Was it Baptist? Was it Methodist? Huh? Was it Presbyterian? Episcopal? Seventh-day Adventist? Latter-day Saints? Mormons? What religion did you partake in? Black man, black woman, black child, black boy, black girl? Most of all black people, when it comes down to these questions, they have no damn clue concerning these questions. They don't have the answers to these questions. They don't. We have very little knowledge prior to the transatlantic slave trade, or you can say before the 1600s. Is this a coincidence? Hell no. So why is it that in the public schools, the schooling systems, that every time the subject of black history is taught, it always begins in the 16th century? Why is that? Why is it that when black history is taught in school, it takes you back to the transatlantic slave trade, where you had European settlers selling black people for merchandise? Okay, why is it? Why does it keep being withheld? Because a lot of stuff on the transatlantic slave trade is not being taught in these educational systems. Only very little, so much is being taught. Because your school systems are ran by the elites. Every school district in America is ran by the elites. The people that be in higher position of power. Luciferians, Satanists. Okay? These Edomites. So-called white man. These so-called white nation of people, which is the devil the Bible speaks of. So what's the top secret? What is the mystery on the behalf of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? Because I'm here to tell you that your identity is the biggest kept secret on the planet Earth. Biggest kept secret. The identity of the black man, the black woman, the black child has been hidden for eons of time. The elite Confederate has spent billions of dollars and formulated numerous ways of psychological strategism to be sure that you blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians never receive this information that I'm about to give. You can look at Psalms 83 in the King James Bible, and it tells you about these certain nations that plotted against us to cut us off from being a nation. Let's talk about your identity. Who are you? Your identity refers to a people nationality, culture, history, and language. A people gets its nationality and language from the nation to which they belong. But black man, black woman, black child, black boy or girl, you don't know your nationality. And that's critical. Many of our people do not know their nationality. Walking around talking about you're a damn Christian. That's a religion. Christianity is a religion. Talking about, well, I'm Pentecostal. That's a denomination. If not that, you're saying you're African American. Those are two continents. who the hell you really are. This is why this lesson that I'm giving is very imperative. It's essential. It's vital to your understanding. When you look in the Bible, you start reading, I believe, around the book of Genesis in the beginning of time, you're going to read a story that's based on the flood. Now, no one can talk about the flood without mentioning Noah and his 3 sons. One of Noah's sons went by the name of Ham. In the Hebrew, we pronounce it as Ham. In the English, they pronounce it as H-A-M, Ham. You would get you a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary and look at the term Ham. Ham became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. But he became the progenitor of the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So Ham, which was the youngest son of Noah in the Bible, he became the progenitor, the forefather of the Egyptians, Northeast Africans, the Ethiopians, which is Cushites, okay, Libyans, which is North Africans, and South Africans, which is Canaanites. Ham is the forefather of the Africans. It says not the Negroes. So why in the hell you so-called black people over here, black woman, black man, black children, are calling yourself Hamitic? You're calling yourself Africans. You're actually as well pushing this Kemetic science. Why are you pushing this Kemetic science? You're not Kemetic. People don't understand this, that when you talk about ancient Kemet, Kemet comes from the Hebraic word Kam, which in English is pronounced Ham. So ancient Kemet, Kam, Ham, takes you back to the progenitor who created African nations of people. You're not Ham, you're not Kam, you're not Kemetic. Because this man Ham is the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. And we gave you who he's the progenitor of. We showed you who the progenitor Ham is. He's the forefather of Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So you so-called black man, black woman, and children, you're not part of that. So what are the biblical scholars trying to tell us in this Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary of the definition of Ham? What they're trying to say in so many words, that you so-called Negroes over here in the Western Hemisphere are not Africans. Stop it, man. You're not Africans. There's 4 families in the Bible that makes up the native population of Africa. Or some may call it ancient Kemet, the land of Ham. They try to get technical by calling it ancient Kemet. It's still Ham. Okay, it's only 4 native populations that makes up ancient Kemet, man. And that's Egypt, Ethiopia, Libya, and Canaan, man. The biblical scholars knows this. They know the so-called Negroes does not descend from any one of those 4 native populations. They know we don't descend from Egypt, Ethiopia, Libya, or Canaan. That's why they put it in the Compact Bible Dictionary and told you that Ham became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. So where in the hell you Negroes come from? You're going to discover that Noah had more sons only than just Ham. He also had Shem and Japheth. You so-called Negroes are actually Shemitic. You come from the house of Shem. Shem is your progenitor. But you don't believe me, do you? The scholars don't done research on this. They don't done it. They don't sort it out. They know it. Okay? So you must realize that Negroes are in no connections with native Africans, with Hamitic tribes. We are no in connections with those people. Even though we share complexity in comparison, yes, we do share complexity. We are so-called Negroes, which are the, well, I'm not going to show you who you are until later, but you should know who you are anyway if you don't saw my videos. You so-called Negroes are not Africans, even though you resemble the complexion of the Africans. Okay, you so-called Negroes and Africans, they are totally two separate people. Okay. What are the scholars saying? That the Negroes, you are the ancient Hebrew Israelites by heritage and bloodline. Wow, I know some of you may not accept that. We want to run to everything else but accept our true nationality and heritage. But you are the ancient Hebrew Israelites by heritage and bloodlines. That's what the scholars are trying to tell you. These Negroes didn't come from Ham. They came from Shem. We are Shemitic, not Hamitic. So next time you do something and somebody say, damn, oh buddy went Ham. No, you tell them I went Shem. Yes. The same exact people that served in slavery in the land of Egypt concerning Exodus is the same exact people that God sent Moses to redeem under the oppression of the hands of Pharaoh, which was a damn African. So we're not Africans. Africans were oppressing our people for 430 years in the book of Exodus. Once you familiarize yourself with the Bible, then you discover that slavery is in connections to your people. It's a central theme in the scriptures. It's a reoccurring thing as well that happens over and over and over again to a certain nation of people, and those people are Israelites. The Israelites were taken as slaves throughout the Bible over and over and over again, and to this day. We went from Egypt to Assyria to Babylonians, Medo-Persians, the Grecian Empire, the Roman Empire, and today America, the revived Roman Empire. Israel always have served slavery. Why? Because their rebellion and disobedience towards the Most High, the Heavenly Father, failing to keep His law, statutes, and commandments. So how did we get to the west coast of Africa? It's recorded in Luke 21 chapter 24 verse. Okay? The Son of God, Yahweh, who they call Jesus Christ, prophesied it in Luke 21:24. Jerusalem being compassed with armies. How the Roman would come in, the Roman soldiers would come in and destroy Jerusalem. Luke 21:21 also speaks about Yahweh, the Son of the Messiah, who the world knows as Jesus Christ, told the Jews to flee to the mountains. What mountains? The mountains that's located in the interiors of Africa, the Atlas Mountains that's located on the west coast of Africa, man. The same as that place where Joseph took Mary and his son on the behalf of Herod the Great, trying to execute the Messiah at a young age. So the Israelites went here as well, fleeing Roman persecution. You can also look in Rudolph Winsler's book titled From Babylon to Timbuktu on page 84, and it talks about in 70 AD, 100 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution. 1 million Jews did this to blend in among the Hamitic nations. Certain ones that didn't take heed to the saying of Yahweh, who the world called Jesus, when he told the Jews to get the hell up out of Jerusalem because the Roman Empire was coming in to siege Jerusalem and take it down. The ones that didn't take heed, they was captured by the Romans and shipped back to Rome and sold into slavery and put in Colosseums as gladiators. So those people that was in the Colosseum fighting as gladiators were the black Jews. That was all people. But they're not going to tell you that today in Hollywood. When you look at gladiators today in Hollywood, they are white people, pale-faced people fighting in the Colosseums. These Jews became gladiators that was placed in the Colosseums to entertain the white Roman emperors. They're not going to tell you that. Where you going to get that from? Huh? The real gladiators were black Jews. Not white people, as Russell Crowe and Gladiator will have you to believe. So Russell Crowe is a liar, man. Just check out the film Gladiator. Russell Crowe got all these people as white in the gladiators. Going back into the book of Babylon and Timbuktu on page 86, it speaks about Rome didn't have jurisdiction over southern parts of Africa. So the Jews migrated there after being oppressed by the Romans, the sub-Saharan region, for peace for Rome. Okay? What about you so-called Negroes that want to say you Islam, you Muslim? Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Wa alaikum salam. All praises and glory due to Allah. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. All peace and blessings be upon Allah. You dumbfounded Negroes that want to continue to think that you are Muslim, that you are Islamic. First and foremost, Islam is a religion of the Arabs, Arabians, the Ishmaelites. It's not even your religion. You must understand, after the 7th century in the west coast of Africa, Muhammad gangs came and forced Islam on our people by the force of the sword. That's why we became Muslims during the 7th century, because Muhammad forced that on us by bloodshed, man. If you look in Joel chapter 3 in the Bible, it speaks of how the Africans sold Jews to the Arabs, and the Arabs sold Jews to the Grecians. Why would you go off and support a religion as Islam? That religion is of the Arabs, the same people who sold us. Why would you be a part of Islam? Those Arabians sold us to the white people on the slave boat. It's in Joel 3. Africans never sold their own people, man. The native Africans were selling Hebrew Israelites that was dwelling in Africa. How did we get there? 70 AD. Fleeing Roman persecution. So what makes appearance difficult, both were dark skinned. Nation of people, the Jews and the Hamitic tribe were both black, so it would seem as though we sold our own people. Or did we? No, you had African Hamitic tribes selling the Semitic tribes, which were the Jews, man. The Igbo tribe were the main tribe that were taken from the west coast of Africa and brought to America. Most of these so-called blacks in America, which are the true Jews, originated from the Igbo tribe. Igbo is a mispronunciation of the word Hebrew. That's why the white man come out with this damn disease called Ebola. It was targeted to the Ebos, the Hebrews. So after 70 AD down in history, you got to understand that, yeah, a lot of our black Jews ran out of Jerusalem in the interiors of Africa fleeing Roman persecution. All right? So, yeah. What about the Romans? Because we know after the fall of Jerusalem, you know, after 70 AD, what happened to the Romans? We didn't hear too much about the Romans after that. They aided themselves on the different nationalities of the native lands in Europe. They hid themselves under the French, the Portuguese, the British. All those are still the Romans. If we are the chosen people, why do the Most High keep allowing us to go in bondage then? Why keep allowing this to happen? Jeremiah 16, verses 10 through 11. Check that out. Because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments.